This is the Notebook Wagering Show on the Wild Style Network. Here are your hosts, Q, Smitty, and Matt.
Hey, Thursday night Notebook Wagering, live from the Salisbury Center, powered by Monster Energy. Can I tell a funny Monster Energy story today? I know my voice sounds like crap. I apologize. I've lost it this afternoon, but I'm still here. We're so glad to be back. We were off last week. So I'm pumping gas today. And I have my Monster Energy shirt from Mike. And I have my socks on. And this older lady's in front of me. And she's like, "Can I ask you something? What's the M?" And I said, "Monster Energy." Then she thought I said something else. And I'm like, "Nope, Monster Energy." She's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a great drink. It's fantastic." And by the way, it sponsors this beautiful facility here in Northern Virginia. She kind of seemed like she was a headbanger. No, I'm just joking. She's like 70, but she was a nice lady. So, hey, everybody, thanks for being here. Let's go. Let's have some fun tonight. We got an hour. My voice is crap. I don't care. I'm pumped. I'm glad to be here. We took a week off. Get in the chat. Let's talk sports. And, man, we got a lot of sports. We got a lot going on, but I'm glad to have the two guys that do this show with me. I got Nails in Pittsburgh. I got Justin in studio. Nails, let's go to you, man. How are you doing?
I'll be quick. I am doing extra lousy. Been sick since Sunday. I'd like to thank my significant other for that. Haven't eaten, but and I don't mean to be gross or anything, but I puked on Sunday night for quite a while. However, the last time I puked was basically like a decade ago. So I was like, it's kind of like the Steelers winning a playoff game. So yeah, let's go there.
You're like that Seinfeld episode. I haven't puked in 15 years.
Yeah. And I know the exact time that I did puke last because one of our cats actually died that night. It was the last time I got food poisoning. It was a great night.
Jeff, what do you got?
Yeah, Seinfeld puked on June 29th. I think it was 1970 or something like that. Because I remember that's my dad's birthday, June 29th.
Wasn't that like the black and white cookie episode? Like, always go to the black and white cookie, Elaine. Always go to it.
Yeah.
Justin, what's happening?
I'm doing good. This is my favorite time of year. Got playoff baseball.
Yeah, and we got it's like 55 straight days of football on TV. You got the MAC coming back.
Yeah.
Yep. Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, we got it all.
You got everything. Mike, what's happening, my friend? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being great on social media with us. We really appreciate it. And again, man, I looked so good today, Mike. Monster Energy shirt. The socks were rolling. Man, my outfit was fantastic. I mean, she probably was like, does this guy have a ring on? Is he married? Probably. I mean, I'm just saying, but that's the way we go. So, hey, let's get after it tonight. We got baseball. Did baseball start? I do have a play in that game.
Yeah.
I put it out on social. I'm 3-1 right now in the playoffs. I lost the first game. I took Brewers. So what I've done the Brewers, lost, came back with Padres, hit, and then last night Brewers again, winner, Padres winner. See ya, Braves. You're gone. Man, that's tough. What's your overall thoughts? Guys, I'll go. I know Justin's pumped, so let's go to him. Do you like this, best out of 3?
I wish they played more games. I mean, maybe do 7 all the way around, or yeah. I mean, I like 7 games. I wish they went all the way through.
Yeah, at least 5. I mean, it's tough. Somebody said that on social, and they said, "Proud of you." Yeah, thanks, Mike. Proud of myself too. Somebody said that. They go, they play all these games, and, the Braves are in that tough spot. And so are the Mets, and Mets are in a tight, and they're in a tight one going into the night. You're playing all these games for how long they do, and then they won, they had to travel and play, and it's like, you lose 2, you're done. Maddie, are you on to?
I love the 3 games.
You love the 3 games. All right.
Yeah, if you don't want to have to play in the 3 games, go win your division. Pretty simple solution. Phillies want it. Dodgers want it. I know the other teams like the Brewers and stuff. Just be a little better, and you can get that bye. But the bye doesn't translate into doing well in the playoffs. It's actually been kind of the opposite the past couple of years. It's like the layoff actually hurts, and then these teams get hot. One thing that I've been shocked about is I can't believe how low scoring the games are. I thought with all the pitching coming in, these teams playing a lot down the stretch, they might get touched up, but boy, these teams are killing it. And you're seeing some bullpen guys for like Kansas City, Detroit, and I saw somebody, and maybe it was for the Padres late last night, just throwing smoke. I know you have guys like Mason Miller and the kid for the Angels who just throw gas. Every team seems to have these guys now. There's dudes coming in throwing 100, 101, just repeating. I'm like, man, you don't even hear these guys, and now we get to see them. I love it. I'm in for some playoff baseball. Go Brewers.
All right, so I put out earlier today who's going to win the game tonight, and on our site, Game 3, winner will be 56% says the Mets tonight. I went with the under. I'm on the under 7.5, minus 125. I saw some trends that, like the final game, the unders are good. So
I think you're good there, buddy. Quintana has been really good down the stretch, and we're 0-0 through 3. I think we have 3 hits.
What time
These guys
what time did the game start?
Like 7:15, 7:18,
okay.
something.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's that mentality, all hands on deck. But these young Brewers kids, man, Churio and then that Bryce Terang are killing it. And then they have the perfect mesh of veterans. I think the Brewers could have made some real noise if they had one more starter, like the Orioles, a team that just didn't go out and get somebody, and it might hurt them in the long run.
All right, we did lose a great MLB player before we get in the NFL and some football here. Pete Rose. Man, people were dropping left and right this week, guys. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Pete Rose, Matumbo, the actor John Amos, isn't it John Amos that was in Coming to America? Good Times.
Yep.
Jeff, were you a big Good Times guy?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Love that show.
Yeah, a little Dynamite.
Yep.
Yeah, a little Jimmy Walker or whatever his name is.
Young Janet Jackson.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah, good job there. We're drilling that right now. So, yeah, that was tough.
Smitty, I want to bring up one thing on Pete Rose.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know actually how good he was, because a lot of the younger generation just doesn't know, and they only see basically from like Ken Griffey Jr. up and on. So to sum it up, Pete Rose in 1982, 39 years old, the year the Phillies won the World Series. 39, won a ring. He played all 162 games, had 185 hits, struck out 33 times with 42 doubles that year at age 39 on a pennant-winning team. That's how good he was. That's how hard he played his entire career. I know he's got the black flags with the gambling and stuff, and he might not be the nicest guy either, but one hell of a baseball player.
Yeah, Mike just said Grim Reaper wasn't around this week. That's for sure. Wasn't. All right. Any thoughts on Pete Rose?
No, I didn't know he was that good at 39.
Tell you what, though, the new documentary just came out on him. I didn't watch.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either.
I do love on the commercials, or like not commercial, but like the previews of it. He's like, "Are we done yet? I got to call my bookie."
I saw him in Vegas signing autographs. Super nice guy in person. I didn't get an autograph. I wasn't paying like $150 or something for him to sign something, but I said hi to him. Nice guy.
And that's what just happened. He was just there. He was with some of the Reds guys, and Rick Flaherty then put out on social media and said, "Damn, Pete, I was just with you yesterday." He did the signing. He flew back. He lived in Las Vegas. I think that's where he flew back to, and then somebody found him in his house.
Is this the HBO doc with Charlie Hustle?
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it, Jim.
Yep. Supposed to be good. Ken, what's going on, man? Thanks for being here. It's a true crime. Yeah, and I gave that out. I did a lot of questions on our social media. Should Pete Rose be in? 82% said yes. Absolutely.
Hey,
all right.
Real quick, Smitty. I'll just throw out the Dikembe Mutombo thing. I know you touched on it, but I was a huge, I guess I can't say I am anymore. I was a huge Seattle Sonics fan back in the day with Sean Kemp. Man, was I heartbroken the year they upset the Sonics and Mutombo went off that first round.
Yeah, Denver. Yeah, Denver.
Great dude, but man, that guy has some funny sayings. Yeah, I'm sure you can find him on the internet if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mutombo. You know, being a Georgetown fan, I've been to one Georgetown game live, and it was Morning and Matumbo were on the same team. You talk about some guys.
Oh, yeah.
You talk about some guys underneath, man. Whew, good luck there in college. Good luck.
Not to go off the rails. Who's your favorite Georgetown player of all time?
Oh man, I'd have to go. I'm an Iverson guy, and I believe the Charles Smith, the point guard back when they you had Jesse Sapp, Roy Hibbert. It was the point guard. But no, was it Smith or Harrison?
Charles Smith was there. He was back in the 80s, I believe.
No. Then it wasn't Charles. Harrison, the point guard that was there when Jesse Sapp, Hibbert, Green, that team that went to the Final Four and lost to whoever the point guard was, is one of my all-time. And now you're going to say, well, geez, Smitty, you don't even know his name. No, it just went blank right now. But that point guard was one of my favorite point guards of all time to watch. Was that point guard, and I think it's Harrison, but I could be incorrect, so I apologize. And I know that's going to sound really stupid that I don't know the guy's name, but that guy was one of the best point guards in history of Georgetown. But Allen Iverson, Iverson's a stud.
Is it,
if you would have said Reggie
Harrington?
Williams,
go ahead.
Harrington, is that who you're talking about?
No, it was the point guard. It wasn't Harrington. I think it was Harrison, off the top of my head. But yeah.
I'm getting there. 2007.
Yeah, man, that team, North Carolina was thumping them, and they came back somehow and won and got in the Final Four. And then Greg Oden beat them in the Final Four game. And
Jonathan Wallace?
Wallace. Harrison. Jeez, my name's Wallace. Yep. That's the guy. I know. I know. I gave 9 different names there, but Wallace. That guy's one of my best point guard. That's what college teams need, man. You go back and watch tape on that guy. That guy was one of the best point guards ever.
I'm so riled up. If you would have said Reggie Williams, though, I may have fought you.
Well, I named 9 different people. I'm sorry. I feel bad
Reggie
for the
Williams
guy.
wasn't one of them. God, I hated that guy.
Man, I feel bad that I really butchered that spot. But, he was, I knew. I could picture the guy's face. I couldn't remember his name, but I'm horrible with names, so. Whatever. All right, let's have some fun tonight. Let's get after it. Hey, J-Cam, what's going on, buddy? Brian Kelly, best Georgetown guy. Who's that, the coach for LSU?
Yeah.
Was that, I don't know who he's, Brian Kelly, best Georgetown guy. I don't remember him, but I don't know, J-Cam. I just gave about 20. That's why maybe you should still be on the show, because I gave about 32 more names than I should have. But what's up, buddy? Glad, I hope all well with you. Let's get after it, guys. Let's go. NFL tonight, big game. And I'm going to say this. I don't like these Thursday night games. These Thursday night games, you got to get in your Amazon Prime account. And, I'm 48 years old. It takes forever. The remote, it just pissed me off. You're like, yeah, then you got to get in your account and you got to do this. And then my attention span, then it goes to a commercial. Then I'm trying to put the Big Bang Theory on to see what's going on there. And I lose everything. And then you got to go back in. But this game's intriguing tonight, man. This is a good game. I think this can be an entertaining game. A couple of predictors I ran. It's 21-20. I know J-Cam, I think, runs. I'd love to see J-Cam. Can you post some of your stuff that you do, because you're so good at running numbers too?
I got 25-21.
Yeah. Who's that? Who do you have winning?
The Bucks.
Bucks. Okay.
So I'm taking the Bucks tonight with the points, and I'm going over. So I might be the only idiot out there. Everybody's playing that under.
I'm playing the under. I'll get that. Okay. Hey, you got Baker. Baker's on fire, man. Baker's playing fantastic. Justin, what's your thoughts as I'm getting, because I got notes all over the place.
I don't know how to feel about Kirk Cousins. He doesn't look like himself, but he beat 2 pretty good teams. So the Bucks have been good. Baker has been playing really well. I'll probably go with the Bucks, maybe by 3.
You okay? Listen, Tampa put Philly. John's not gonna like this, man. If he's out there talking to Jeff so good, I'm glad he's not gonna hear me right now. Our great producer. But, man, that Philly team's a mess. They put a thumping on them. Up 24-7. Here's a good stat just for everybody. I'm not trying to get on the Eagles right now. They have not scored a point yet in the first quarter this year.
Wow.
Good little stat. Tampa, 445 yards.
That's
Evans
great coaching to not script the first 15 plays like basically every team does.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Idiot.
That guy, do you think he's going to... I listen to our good friend Skippy, his podcast. Skippy's been on this show. And the one guy, man, his co-host, man, just bashed the Eagles.
Yeah.
He said, this
I would
team...
too.
Hurts is holding the ball. Now, listen, I understand. They got injuries. They got injury left and right. No wide receivers. Again, we'll talk fantasy, too, a little bit here. But, man, my fantasy teams guys are missing left and right.
Yeah, but Hurts is holding the ball way too long.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with him. So, I mean, you have one of the better running backs in the league. If the quarterback's playing that bad, just keep handing the ball off.
Yeah. Great point.
Yeah.
Is that because the head coach is a moron?
I mean, he's pretty bad.
I think there's a lot of head coaches. And I'm going to ask these guys in a little bit, is there really a good team? I'd love to hear who they think is really a good team in the league.
I do think there's a couple good teams.
Okay. Let's hold that thought.
Yeah.
Hold that
There's
thought.
not many, but I think there are a couple good teams.
Okay, so where am I going tonight? I did a teaser. I did 8.5 Tampa, 8.5 Jets. And we'll talk international game here in a second. I did first half. Now, I'm different. I'm going to go under 21.5. And then I got Robinson for the Falcons over 27.5 receiving yards. He's coming off 46 last game. And Justin, I agree with you, man. Cousins, I don't know. He's not very good at night. It's prime time games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his record is, but I think when he was in Washington, he didn't win a primetime game.
No, it's bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's not good. So, all right. Okay, Matt. So hopefully, Matt, can we do this? Let's just do this. Slow first half, then it could go crazy. How's that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. So Kirk Cousins Monday night is actually 4-6. Not good, not bad. I mean, he also has been on, the Commanders were not very good, so maybe we'll give him a little bit of slack. But I have a bigger issue with the Falcons other than Kirk Cousins. You have two of the better young weapons in all of football. And Arthur Smith was there, and he didn't utilize Kyle Pitts. And he didn't utilize B.J. Robinson. Well, he did utilize Bijan Robinson last year, but not as much as I think you should when you draft somebody that high. Last week, in a close game, Tyler Algier played more downs than Bijan Robinson. What is going on with Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson to not get touches, not get looks? Are they no good in practice? Are they just lazy? Do they have no connection with the coaches? Whatever. But if I'm spending that much capital in first rounders, even Drake London doesn't see that many touches. Ray McLeod, of all people, is getting touches. It's like they don't want to use their weapons. They're afraid they're going to ding them or tarnish them or whatever. And you're just wasting these guys' talent. I don't get it. I think that Atlanta franchise is kind of not cursed, but it's turned into like the dopes of the NFL when it comes to using their weapons.
Jason, if you're in the chat, man, I'd love to see what your predicted score was. Just because Matt threw out, I threw out a couple. Love to see what you thought, because you are good with those numbers. So, yeah, and how about Pitts? Can Pitts do something tonight? Zero fantasy points last week.
That's dumbfounding to me. That's your starting tight end in an offense where your quarterback runs play action and loves the tight end. You're telling me that dude can't get one catch, one look? I don't get it.
No, I don't either.
Darnell Mooney is their best receiver right now.
I like the Ray McLeod. Yeah, old Steeler. Ray McLeod. Yeah, Ray McLeod's catching balls. Hey, it is what it is. All right, international game, first one. Jets, Vikings. Man, undefeated Vikings. Man, did they go out and start fast last week. Yeah. Man, oh man, against Green Bay. I had a teaser under on that. I was like, man, can Green Bay stop somebody? Sam Darnold's, he's leading the league, and I didn't start him. You know how mad that is when you're watching Sunday and you don't. I'm playing Matthew Stafford over Sam Darnold. I'm like, goodness gracious, Smitty. What the heck? Sam Darnold's laying up touchdowns left and right. They get the ball to their playmakers.
Yeah.
That's why it pisses me off watching the Steelers. George Pickens doesn't get a target halfway through the game. They get the ball to Jefferson. They get it to Addison. So 2.5, over-unders 40. Favorites are hitting at like these international game guys, like 65% favorites win games. So I don't know. I like the Jets up, but the Jets have a mess. Their head coach is a bonehead. He's a bonehead, I think.
I think that drama between Rodgers and Salah is a bigger deal than people are putting out.
Yeah, he was on something. They interviewed him the other day, like his press conference, and he's like, we love each other. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's like loving one of your ex-girlfriends. Yeah, they really like you.
I think if you're looking at this game, you might have to go back and see all the games played in that Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and see what the unders are. I hate these international games. Their field surface sucks. It throws off their clocks, like they're back 5 hours, but they're really not. It's these international games I hate those more than the Thursday night games. I just don't like it. I think it's detrimental to these teams going over there, and then they get jet lag coming home. I think, Smitty, you made perfect sense. If you're going to play this, you got to tease the Jets up, take the extra points, because, I mean, the over-under 40, what are we going to have, 21-20 kind of game?
Yeah, both great defenses.
If
now,
you're giving me 10 points on the Jets, I take that.
And the Vikings defense was fantastic early, and then all of a sudden, then they disappeared last Sunday.
Yeah, they just got comfortable.
Yeah, and that happens. Great point. I mean, that really did happen. So, yeah.
Now somebody did. I'll give somebody credit. I'm not sure if it was NFL Network this morning or maybe even ESPN. It may have been Orlovsky, and he broke down Rodgers versus Brian Flores, because Brian Flores has that Vikings D playing really good.
Yep.
They said Rodgers, though, when he plays Brian Flores, will kind of struggle the first half until he figures out what Flores is doing, and then he's lit it up in the second half. So something to potentially look at is maybe an under first half play over second half play.
All right. Let's keep moving on here. Got some games here. I'm going to throw old man in the garage. He hit last week, man. He hit the Vikings. I put it on our social. He is 2-3 for the season. He is on the Texans to beat Buffalo. I'll tell you, I don't know about that Buffalo team yet. I mean, you guys can chime in here. I had Baltimore money line last week. I mean, we'll talk Baltimore here in a second. Buffalo, but I have notes everywhere right now, but one thing I have read from some people, the under on these road games in Buffalo is hitting. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on maybe teasing it up and taking the under in this, but he likes the Texans. And so do I. I think the Texans come back. Nico Collins, man. Woo. He is on my one or two of my fantasy teams. Thank you, Nico. Funny. Michigan guy. Of course it's happening. So, any thoughts on that real quick, Justin? Buffalo, Texans, real fast?
I mean, I'm going to take the Texans in this one. I think this is going to be possibly the game of the week. I mean, both teams are really good. Allen is playing lights out, considering who he's throwing the ball to. And I'd like to see what Diggs does against his former team.
I love it. Yeah, great spot for Diggs.
Yeah.
Maddie, any thoughts on this game?
You summed it up pretty well. I don't know what to make of this Buffalo team yet. I think they're really good. They're the gritty team this year, and Josh Allen's going to will them to wins. But, man, that's a tough spot going down there. It's basically a pick 'em. If you put the old proverbial gun to my head, I'm probably going to take the Bills, though. I think after getting their ass whipped last week by Baltimore, I think they're due for a bounce back. This is basically a playoff game, sort of kind of rematch of what could happen going forward. I do like the Bills here. I think it's a good bounce back, and we'll see.
All right, let's just go to the chat real quick. Ken, Sam Darnold. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Ken. I mean, he's back. It's going to ruin Rodgers last year's for Mike. Yeah, I mean, it's just the offensive coordinator sucks. The head coach sucks. Mike says right there with you on the international games. Yeah, I agree. I think Nails made a good point. I mean, and I think the conditions, what I've read this week, it's supposed to be rain, but the stadium with the wind, it kind of factors out the wind a little bit. So there you go. But I think it's two good defenses. Flores, again, like Matt said, is doing an unbelievable job. Maybe they just didn't really, they let the game go a little bit. And you see that in the NFL sometimes. They get a big lead, then it's kind of, okay, let's coast. And sometimes you can't coast because Green Bay was back in that game. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's fire off some more. We got Baltimore. Man, Baltimore, Cincy. Cincy's defense, atrocious. It's bad. It's bad. It's real bad. So, the thing with, I'm just trying to go through my notes here. The thing with all this, Henry is amazing right now. Yeah. And thank you, because he's on my fantasy teams too. I mean, he is just unbelievable right now with yards. He's gutting through teams. And I don't know if Cincy actually can really hang with this team. And Lamar Jackson has unbelievable numbers. There, I got my notes now. Like I said, I flip them on index cards all over the place. So, you're looking at Henry. Henry's coming off 151, 2 touchdowns, 199, 1 touchdown. Last week, first carry of the game, he ran for 87 yards. But Joe Burrow's tough, man. He is good. After week 2, he's pretty good. But I'm going to ask these guys before we're done, and we flip to college real quick, and then Major League maybe to go forward here before we're done. I think this Baltimore team's one of the better teams. And I know they have 2 losses. I don't care. I think they're one of the better teams. Maddie, I'll go to you. Who's going to win this game and why?
I'm going to pass for right now.
Oh.
Because I don't know. I need to dig into this because I really want to bet it. I really want to like Joe Burrow. I really want to like the Bengals. But I said after week 1 when they blew it, I said, I'm done with the Bengals. So I'm going to dig into the Ravens a little more. Just to touch on that, Derrick Henry. This guy is, since he came in the league in 2016, but since 2019 through basically current, he's averaging realistically, just eyeballing it. If you throw out 2021 when he only played in 8 games, every other year was 16, 16, 15, 16, 17, 14, 17. He's basically averaging 320 carries a year. He's ahead of that this year. That dude, for being 30, should not be that fast, that nimble, that good still. With his usage, and he even was used a ton in college. What he's doing is crazy. I saw an interview. He basically said he wanted to come to Baltimore because he wanted to go to a good team that's going to utilize him and try to win a Super Bowl. And he basically pushed his chips all in and said, I'm all in. Just run me basically till I'm done. And I was like, I love it. So if you had to make me pick on this game, I'm probably going to lean Ravens again. I think they're going to try to force it right down Cincy's throat, who can't stop anybody right now.
All right, before Justin goes, Lamar as a favorite, 3 points or less, or as a dog, he's 24-5 ATS.
Yeah,
Justin, what's your thoughts?
Speaking on Derrick Henry, I think I was reading earlier this week he spends like $100,000 a year on his health, his eating habit, his training, and all that.
I saw that, Justin. His regimen's crazy.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't eat anything unhealthy, so I mean that's good for him. I can't do that.
I spent 100. It's called McDonald's, and it's
right. But
no, he's a freak.
I'll say with Derrick Henry, you got the Bengals this week, and then Washington's run defense next week. So he may have another 300 yards between the 2 weeks.
Oh, please, because man, I got nobody else on my fantasy team. Please make it happen.
Yeah,
just keep going.
Here's a play then on that. Why not throw a little fun pizza money on Derrick Henry to score a touchdown this week? And then if it hits, just roll it over next week too.
Yeah, great point. Why not?
Yeah.
That'd be great. I like it. Yeah. I like it. Real quick, dogs is 6 or more points this year, 14-2-1 ATS.
Crazy. The dogs.
So who do you got this week doing that? Cardinals +7.5, Giants +6. Now Giants though, Neighbors is not playing.
No, not yet. He's not rolled out yet.
Oh, I saw you. I saw it didn't look good. Okay, so keep that in
Yeah.
mind, and that would be a great teaser spot there. Great teaser. Add those two up since it's doing so well. So you know what I just saw, and we'll go into this game, and then we'll go in because I was trying to piss people off and saying the Commanders aren't any good, trying to get people on, and I still don't. And I'm gonna back it because I'm not gonna be the guy on social media going, oh, tune into the show, and I'm gonna say why they're not good. Hey, listen. Commanders, and I lost. I took 3 live bets, and one of our good friends, I forget his right now off the top of my head. I'll go in the social, man. I talk to him all the time. Hold on here, because I want to do this, man. And one of the greatest things we do is our chat. And where's he at? Where's he at?
You looking for a scroll?
Earn to be burn, or earn to burn. I mean, truck driver, good friend of mine. We talk all the time. He's like, how many more bets are you going to take on Arizona? I said, as much as I want. And I lost 3 or 4. But then I came right back. No, not in this one, John, on my phone. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. And I came back on Sunday night then and did Baltimore money line and did 3 live. And you know, he's a great guy, great friend of mine. And I enjoy the conversation. And I did not. I thought Arizona, I mean, they went right down and scored on this crap defense. I thought they were going to come back. I was wrong.
Yeah.
And I mean, Matt are going to have a friendly bet. I think the friendly bet is if the Steelers beat the Skins or the Commanders.
We might have to double it up. We might have to double up who wins the game and then season total too.
Oh, we could do that. I mean, I'll wear Redskin jersey. Justin's gonna have to bring her. I'll have to go buy some skin stuff down here. But now, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Their offense is unbelievable right now. The kid is playing fantastic.
Yeah,
Kid is. And here's the thing: Steelers going to be 3-2 after this week. Oh my goodness, Ken, you're sniffing glue. Get out of the parking lot, dude.
I'll tell you what, I'm not betting against the Steelers again. Every week I keep saying they're going to lose.
Well, they lost. I mean, they lost last week, and we'll get to the Steelers. We're going to do Sunday night game, and I'll let Matt go with his Commanders and yours because you guys got to have your moment. You're finally winning down here, and I mean, people are talking crazy. They're going to the Super Bowl. They have a crap defense, but I will say this about their defense though: when they beat Cincinnati, they let Cincinnati go all over the place. When they got down to the red zone, they held them. I will say that about them. And then I'm done. And I think the kid though is playing unbelievable, and their offense is clicking. Now I did see a thing. I just posted it. Brian Robinson might not play. Of course he's not because he's on my fantasy teams. Of course he's not.
Yeah, you have Brian Robinson and Eckler are both questionable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I'll give another thing. We were making fun of him at the beginning of the year how he could not slide, and now he's sliding. I mean, he just looks the part. He really does. And their offense is clicking because I said this to old man in the garage. Their guys are wide open. They are wide open. There's no one near them. I said it's bad defenses or their schemes right now are just on fire. And good for them. I still think their defense is a struggle. Run the ball against this team. I want to see what they do against Baltimore in 2 weeks. And then I'll come back. Justin, I'm going to go to you. How pumped up are you that this team's going to the Super Bowl?
I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. But
Okay, you could have ran with that a little bit.
Well, I'm excited that they're doing well. It looks like we finally have a quarterback. I think Eckler said that he may play because he was on the Junkies or one of the shows this morning. But I'm not sure about Brian Robinson. But our third stringer, McNichols, has looked pretty good too. Cleveland's a bad team. Their quarterback sucks. I think they're going to be trading away a lot of players soon.
All right.
Maybe Washington get a wide receiver from him.
Big win.
Yeah.
So you're going big win. All right, Nails, let's hear it. Going to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
No, let's not get crazy. I've always been a realist. Now, I do think they have a shot to win the division, but I think the division is going to come at a price where it's 9-8 type of deal because Dallas isn't very good. Philly's not very good. And I think the Giants are one of the bottom 5 teams in the NFL probably. So they could steal a division here. And we all know this division hasn't had back-to-back winners in 20 some odd years. So it's going to be somebody different again this year. I'm going to do 2 things. So one, yes, Jaden Daniels is playing unbelievable, but I'm going to touch on a couple other guys. So or the left tackle, Brandon Coleman from TCU, way better than we ever expected. He is kind of mean. His arm length is terrific, and he's learning fast, which is amazing. And I do have better hopes for the defense. Here's why. Bobby Wagner is kind of slowly teaching these guys of what to do. Like you said, you summed it up. When they were inside the 20 in the red zone, they kind of stiffen up. Their back end is pretty weak. They need to get a pass rusher. So if I'm the GM, I'm going to call the Jets and be like, hey, give me Hassan Reddick at a discount. We'll take the tag. We have the cap room. They need a pass rusher. They do not have that. That's their biggest issue right now. And I think that would help out their corners. Sandstrom's playing really good. St. Juice is young as well. I don't like Emmanuel Forbes, and I never have since they drafted him. Safeties are okay, but and you know what's crazy? As dumb as it is, their special teams is actually really good. Siebert, now they brought in, steadied that up. Tressway is actually a good punter.
I just grabbed him in fantasy, the kicker.
Yeah, I mean, the arrow is definitely up, and I love the Noah Brown signing, but I two needs this team has. They need another wide receiver if they want to be serious, and they need a pass rusher. So trade deadline coming up, I would start looking.
Yeah, and like I said, I was just trying to piss people off.
Oh,
I
love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's just they are. I mean, they're looking good. The offense is looking great. I think the defense is concerned, but man, the guy is just he looks the part. And the greatest thing about him is it never looks like he's in a hurry.
Yeah,
everything's in slow motion, and those people that play in slow motion are the great ones. And I'm not saying he's going to be a great one because we have to see, but yeah, I mean, and I like what they're doing. I mean, they have talent. They're pounding the ball. I like that. Yeah. I
real quick, Smitty.
Yeah, go for it.
On the sliding thing. So I think the biggest issue with him sliding was in college he never had to. He never took the big hits because he was far and away the best player on the field. What was it? The Alabama game last year when they were playing it? It was a tie ball game, I believe, and he got hurt. And I believe they got boat race as soon as he went out to show how good of an athlete player he was. Now he's basically learned, man, these guys are so fast up here. I may still be one of the best athletes on the field, but these guys are every bit as good and as quick as me, so I got to learn to get down. So he's learning it because he took some big shots the first couple of weeks.
Absolutely, yeah. It should be an entertaining game, and it's not a good team. I mean, and I just said this to a coworker, when was Cleveland good? Yeah. It's when Joe Flacco was quarterbacking. Well, you saw what Joe Flacco did. Came in against the Steelers last week and still performed and beat the Steelers. Defense, look at training. We'll go into the Steeler game right now, and then we'll try to do a little college real fast and go major league. But the oven mitts, Mike said about, the big Mike, if they had those oven mitts, man, maybe back when I played high school, because I was the leadoff hitter, and maybe I would have stole about 30 bases because you could just stick them out. Mike said, right there with you, Mike, mitts belong in the kitchen on the wife's hand. All right, there we go.
Mike, enjoy the couch tonight.
Hey, don't worry about it. Thank you for that Monster Energy. Great stuff. We really appreciate it, though. But enjoy that couch. That might be happening. I'll text you later and see if you're on the couch. But enjoy that Amazon Prime game tonight. You'll fall asleep. Don't worry. All right, let's go Steelers. Yeah, not the best performance. I thought offense was okay. I got a good player prop. J-Cam came in with a great one. I want to give it out. I asked him to put one in the chat. I'm going to give it out here. J-Cam's the best. And I'm going to give it out here in a second. Steelers, offense was clicking. Defense was not good. I actually got bored. I'll be honest. I put the red zone on. I got bored. And then they started coming back. And, I mean, they got down really quick. Watt, somebody put on social, Watt got held about every play. And that's what happens most weeks. But their defense just could not get off third down. It was third down. They could not get off the field. And I don't care if it's JV to the NFL. If you can't get off third down, you're not going to win. Simple as that. Now, Tomlin coming off a loss is very good. 58%. Dallas. True story, boys. No Parson, no Lawrence. the wide receiver Cook's not going to play. And I'm going to go, this is where Jason said, for a player prop in this, let's give it out. Over 16.5 rush attempts. Harris, a lot of dinged up. Patterson's dinged up for the Steelers. Warren hasn't been playing. The Steelers are going to run the ball because that's what they try to do. I don't know how great the offensive line is. They're really dinged up, but they're going to try. Dallas can't stop the run. I already played the Steelers. I did lose. I've taken them every week. I lost last week, but I've already jumped on them. I think they come back. I think they win this game. I like the Steelers. I don't think Dallas is very good. Nails, let's go with you. What's your thoughts?
So I've been a Steeler basher because I'm calling them posers and whatnot. I did have the Colts last week. I can't believe that I'm actually going to bet the Steelers this week, but I'm with you. I think they get it done this week. Fields against this Dallas rush D, they should have RPOs all game with him and Najee. And no Lawrence, no Parsons. You're telling me Fields can't get to the corner, the edge, and get around whoever's going to be out there? Arthur Smith should be licking his chops. I know they're a little dinged up, but it's at home. It's a primetime game. Dallas has no receivers, just double CD Lamb. Make Jake Ferguson beat you. Zeke, I can't believe their OC is still thinking Zeke is a good running back. He is a perfect complement running back anymore. Bring him in on third down, catch a pass here, good for pass protection. Get that Dowdle kid the ball. They don't do it. Another OC that just doesn't seem to get it. I love the Steelers this week. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm on their train.
You're a good man. All right, Justin, what do you got in this game?
I hope the Steelers destroy the Cowboys.
All right. I like that, man. That's why you're here. Ken says my Cowboys are going to get trucked. I don't know about that, man. I don't know if the Steelers really blow anybody out, but we'll go for that. So, hey, everybody, exciting news. We're thrilled to announce our partnership with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert, opening an incredible opportunity for you to join some of our favorite sports books to get the best odds and new user offers. Head over to our dedicated page, signupexpert.com/Wildstyle Network, to explore a selection of sports books tailored to your region, each with unique offerings. If you're ready to take your sports betting to the next level and show some love for notebook wagering in the Wildstyle Network, we highly recommend signing up for our next sports book through our Sign Up Expert link. You can easily find it on the description on this video. It is unbelievable. Sign up. You get all the best books. You can look for the best odds, and that's what this game is about, finding the best odds and winning some cash. And again, sporting the great shirt, you can still buy this. Look it up. I'm modeling it. It looks fantastic. Buy the shirt. Let's go. Devontae. So where's Devontae Adams going? Ken said. Yeah, guys, let's go. We'll dive into this. I mean, if we don't hit college that much, we can rapid fire college, and that's fine. And rapid college, some MLB thoughts. Yeah, Devontae, Saints, Baltimore, Steelers, Skins. Where's he going? Where's your Jets? Matt, where's he going? Final prediction, Devontae Adams. Jets, Jets, Jets.
He blatantly came out and said, I want to play for the Jets. So maybe they'll get better offers, but I don't know if he has some kind of trade clause. Who knows? But the Jets actually have to, if I'm the Jets, all I'm saying to the Raiders is, when somebody makes you an offer, please reach out to us and we're going to top it. This is a 1 year, one and done run with Rodgers. I don't think he's back next year. I think he's too old. They have to push all in. You went and got him for a reason. We know you lost last year because of the Achilles. The defense is ready. Your coach is a bum. That's the problem. But just let Hackett pretend he's calling plays, call play in the Rodgers, let Rodgers audible, and let it go. Salah needs to get out of the way, and probably I think he's going to get canned by week 7. I love the list of coaches that are going to get canned. He's in my top 3.
All right, Justin, where's he going?
I'm gonna guess the Saints.
Yeah,
I know he wanted to. Yep. That was another team he wanted to play with. I forgot the lady's name, but she came out before in the preseason and said that I think it was Kimes, but she said that she would think that he was going to go to Washington midway through the season.
Yeah, and they said about that on the Junkies, and I've heard it on some other shows. I think it was Lombardi said this. He goes, the only thing with the Commanders or the Skins is they want to hold their draft picks.
Right.
They're really thinking they have something out. How about the Atlanta Falcons went right down and scored? Woo!
Yeah, his first pass was to Kyle Pitts, 32
Imagine
yards.
that. Yeah. Imagine that. First play, Kyle Pitts for 32. Next play, run to Bijan went well. Drake London. Use your weapons. Look what happens.
Nice. Well, I got Pitts playing, but I needed some passes of Robinson there. Okay, now slow it down. Take some knees, guys. First half, under 21 and a half. Let's go. Take knees, don't show off. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's going to Pittsburgh. I don't think that's happening. They worked out Andy Isabella this past week.
I don't think he'd want to, though, because they run the ball a lot, right?
Oh,
So-
I mean, I'd love to have another weapon like Andy Isabella, but I mean, it's just, it's, I think if you go and get him, I want draft picks too. And then the contract, we don't have who's the quarterback next year? You're going to have to sign Fields if you like Fields, and Fields is playing well.
What is the con artist doing? Andy Isabella, you already have him. His name's Scotty Miller.
Oh,
Come
I
on.
know. They're working
Come
people
on.
out. I'm shocked they're not calling us. We look great in this T-shirt. I probably look like I'm in shape too, Matt. So let's go. All right, let's go rapid fire. Let's go rapid fire college because we only have about like 6-7 minutes here. Rapid fire. Let's go Michigan. We're Michigan people. They play Washington. They're going out to Washington. First time Michigan's going on the road. Guys, I don't know. A lot of people I know, they love Washington money line.
Washington's favored.
Oh yeah. Well, I would be too when you don't have a quarterback that can throw down the field.
Yeah.
Listen, Ken, you're a Michigan guy. Get in the chat. Can we please that Turtle? I don't care what his name is. It can be Turtle from Entourage, the TV show. Get him in. Get somebody that can extend the ball down the field a little bit. This orgy experiment. He had 80-something yards passing. I don't know how much longer Michigan can keep just pounding the ball. Justin, can Michigan and their defense was crushing it against Minnesota, and then all of a sudden they're starting to score left and right against them. What can Michigan?
Just keep running the ball. Your quarterback sucks. Pound the rock.
Pound the rock. Yep. Michigan has to keep winning dirty.
Yeah.
Matt, Michigan, can they pull it off this weekend?
Can they? Yes. Will they? I don't think so. I think you summed it up. Who's the better quarterback, Will Rogers or Orgy? Washington has a great running back too. Now, Michigan's strength, of course, is to run defense, but that's still a little shaky here and there as well. I'm on that Husky train. I really like the Huskies at home. First road game, and you're going all the way out there. I'm gonna take the home fave.
Yeah, I know it's easy money, I think, but I can't bet it.
Yeah.
So
I have to.
Hey, great game tomorrow night. These Friday night games have been entertaining. I mean, the dogs have been barking, man. Last week, Virginia Tech against Maryland. That game came down to the end. I gave out on social Virginia Tech team points, big winner. You got Syracuse at UNLV. Man, what a great UNLV 4-0. Best start since 1978. Love it. McCord. Syracuse, they got a good running back, Allen, but man, this is a UNLV team, physical team. Quarterback left the team, didn't get paid. He was pissed, done. But I think they got the better quarterback, man. Last week they just whipped Fresno State, man, 59-14, had over 450 yards. Williams last week, the quarterback, 13 out of 16, 182, 3 touchdowns, 119 on the ground. Guys, I think it's up to like 6.5 UNLV. Maddie, Friday night, you going to be on this? You got the orange shirt on. Is that a sign to where we're going? Are you going with the orange tomorrow night?
I actually broke out the flyers because we got hockey coming up. So I figured I'd do a little hockey shirt.
Oh, there we go.
We can hit on that next week. I actually don't think I'm going to touch this one. And if I did, I'm probably going to lean Syracuse getting all those points on the road.
All right, Justin, any thoughts on this one?
I'm going to go Syracuse as well.
Syracuse in the points. Yep. Yeah, good handicapper, Nick, man. College Insiders, man. He loves the over. Loves the over in this. Could be high scoring. Could be.
I'll circle that one.
UNLV's a good defensive team, but this one, I kind of agreed with him. I think this one could get a little crazy. I would not.
I'll circle that. I like that.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that over. Keep an eye on that over. A couple more games. Missouri, Texas A&M. I'm not sold on this Missouri team. We were kind of opposite, a couple of us on this. Some like Missouri. I actually played Texas A&M money line -130. I hope it's Reed. I hope they don't go back to the original starter. I don't like that kid, that Wegman, whatever his name is, Wegman, or I don't think he's any good. I like this Reed kid. I think he's a lot better. Mizzou, what I wrote down in my cards, they beat Murray State 51-0. Buffalo got waxed against Connecticut. They played BC, tight game. They were losing, came back. They should have lost to Vandy. And A&M, it's an early start. I know crowds aren't crazy early, but man, I like A&M. I think A&M gets them. Any thoughts on that one? Nope.
I don't have a play here. I'd actually agree with you. We've been a lot of opposite lately, but I think the Aggies at home early, it's supposed to be almost 100 degrees. The home crowd, big favorite. And like you said, Reed is going to play. So he's turned into like the dual threat quarterback now. And I like that. So I think it keeps it close. I think this is like a teaser kind of play. If you're going to do it, you might want to grab some extra points with the Aggies.
Mike says Entourage is Mike, such a great show. I had the DVD of it. It's just fantastic.
I started rewatching it like a couple months ago, and it's like it's still relevant. Like a lot of the people that little guest cameos are still like relevant for the most part. It was such a great show.
Oh, it's so good. Such a good show. Yeah. Little turtle. You gotta like me throwing that out there. That's where my brain goes. Squirrel. All right. Here's a couple plays real quick. I'll do rapid fire. Then I do want to get late night. We always do the Cinemax late play of the game, the day. A couple of mine. I like Arizona State against Kansas money line. I don't think this Kansas team's very good. I really don't. They're really struggling. Offensive coordinator went to Penn State. I just don't see it. I like Arizona State money line. I like UConn's team points over 31.5. The last two games, they've scored 48, 47. They played Temple. I think Temple's one of the worst teams. They've given up 51, 38, 28, 29, 42. I think UConn's going to continue to score. Let's hope it happens. And one of my favorite plays is the over 35.5. Some in books have gone to 36. I think Navy, Air Force goes over. I know the Academy games are 82% under. This one has been going 13, 4, and 1 in the last 18 on the under. But this is a different Navy team. Listen to their points so far. 49, 38, 56, 41. Last two games for Baylor, they've given up 31, 31. And I think they're going to score a little bit. I think this one goes over. I think Navy actually scores in the 30s themselves. Anything rapid fire, boys, for the game. And then I got the late night game.
I got one play late night as well. Texas Tech's defense, sorry, Ryan Hyatt, not very good. And they're going to Arizona. Now, the quarterback for Cincy last week against Texas Tech threw for 460, 4 touchdowns. Now they're going against Noah Fafita and that Tetaroa McMillan. They alone might go for 400 yards. If he's on your fantasy team, get him in there. I like the over total 64 and late night Texas Tech, Arizona.
All right. I talked to Ryan today, actually, on the phone for like 10 minutes. Ryan Hyatt, one of our favorite people, such a great guy.
I got to send him a message. I've been slacking.
He actually said, he goes, yeah, that gets up to 7. Keep an eye. If that keeps trickling up, take a chance. I hit money line last weekend, minus 160. I laid the juice. They did beat Cincinnati. I did like that. I know Q really likes Texas Tech to hang with that game. So there you go. Anything, those games, late night, I got one late night I want to throw out before we sign off.
I got an over you might want to play.
Yeah, let's go.
Indiana Hoosiers against Northwestern Wildcats. They said that it's 41.5. The last 5 games, they've scored 42, 52, 42, 77, and 31. So they may get 41 points by themselves.
Yeah, that was high scoring last week against Maryland. Went a little bit of wind in that. They're right on the lake. That's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, they've been Justin well said, been an over machine in that, and they've been a covering machine, man. That guy. And I gave out over 5.5. I think they're at 5 wins. I need one more. Let's go.
Yeah, 5-0.
Yep, 5-0. Get one more, and I got that over with the Hoosiers, man. Great story there. Hey, let's real quick. We got to get out of here. But we got Cal Game day is going to be there. Cal against Miami. A lot of people are on Miami. A lot of people are on the under. I'm kind of going opposite. I think this one could be an over. They want Cam Ward to win the Heisman. Pass the ball. Last 2 games, he's 300, close to 400. The last game, over 400. Defense gave up a lot of points in this. I know Cal's defense is good. Offense has been a little shaky. I'm not sold on how good Miami's defense is. A lot of people like Cal in this game, plus the points. Some said sprinkle on the money line. Some people are saying the under. I'm a little opposite. I think it's a little higher scoring. Matt, you got anything on it?
I don't. I'm not a Miami backer. I watched them last week. I think they should have lost 2 games already this year. They've gotten a little lucky. I know they want, like you said, they want to push Ward for that Heisman. They better just get serious about winning the ACC and going undefeated, because I don't know. They don't scare me. And you have a really good running back in that Martinez kid. He had like 8 touches last week because they're letting Ward do everything. I think that's foolish. And I think if you keep doing it, somebody's going to take a shot on Ward, and your season might go down the drain real quick.
All right. Anything, Justin, on that?
Well, Miami definitely should have lost against Virginia Tech last week.
Yep.
But, yeah, I don't know if they'll go over. I mean, Cal's not scoring a whole lot of points this year. Their last one was 14, 31, 21, 31. So maybe they'll go over, but, we'll see what happens.
All right. Real quick, before we bounce, Major League Baseball, 0-0 still. The under's looking good. Matty, I know you're a Phillies guy. What's the feeling going in winning winning the National League, going in the World Series? You feel good?
I do. I hate to be a homer. They should have been in the series last year, and I think they would have won it against Texas, even though Texas was like the perfect storm. They choked against the D-backs. These guys, you're not going to get too many cracks at it. I actually put a little fun money, or I'm going to put some fun money on Schwarber to be the best player of the playoffs, whatever they call it nowadays. I think he's going to hit some bombs, and I think it's just going to be a crazy crowd. Biggest thing is Joe Musgrove potentially out for the Padres. I really like them to upset the Dodgers, which would hopefully help the Phillies out long run. That kind of scares me now. So I think they're a legit contender, and I think they have a great shot to get to the series and take it all this year.
What do you got?
I mean, I would love to see Phillies and Dodgers play in playoff baseball. But, I think Phillies are probably going to go all the way. I agree. I think Padres may upset the Dodgers. But honestly, I think Yankees might win the whole thing.
Oh, don't like
I hate
that.
the Yankees, but
How about the story of the Tigers? Keep on, Detroit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love the story. Fantastic. So, hey, everybody, thanks for being here. We really, really appreciate it. Check out, the show each week. If you're in this area, come to this unbelievable facility, watch the fights, watch concerts, watch comedians. Jess is here. She's going to be coming on. So, but again, we really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And Matt, what do we always say?
Hey, special thanks to Bet Stamp and Monster Energy, and bang your bookies, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Notebook Wagering Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes, and be sure to follow @Notebook Wagering. Until next time.